All right, so we've got f at x, find the derivative. Okay, so that's 12x plus, actually minus 3 sine x, because derivative of cosine is negative sine. 1 goes away. And then b, the integral of 6x squared plus 3 cosine x plus 1 dx is equal to, add 1, divide by that thing. That's the power rule. Cosine is going to be sine, because you're thinking what the derivative of what is cosine, and the derivative of sine is cosine. And then it's just 1, so we add on an x and then plus c. So this is that answer. All right, same thing here. We want the derivative. So that is, if we write it with a power, that square root swings out. So we're going to have 3/2 x to the 1/2 when you subtract 1 from the exponent. And then b, we want the integral of x to the 3/2 dx. So we add 1, so 3/2 plus 2/2 is going to be 5/2. Divide by 5/2 plus c. And when you divide by 5/2, that's the same thing as multiplying by 2 over 5 plus c. Okay. All right, here, so what we want to do here is distribute first. So t to the 1/3 times 1 is t to the 1/3. And then we're going to have minus t to the 1/3 over 2t to the 5/3, which is going to be 1/2. And then if we're dividing, so we subtract the exponents, it's 1/3 minus 5/3, which is negative 4/3. So that means t to the 4/3 is on the bottom. Okay, so if we're integrating this, I'm going to write it as 1/2, but t to the negative 4/3 dt. And if we're being proper about this, we can split the integral and take out that constant. Okay, so now we add 1 to the exponent, so it's going to be t to the 4/3 over 4/3, which is 3 over 4, minus 1/2, and then we're going to add 1 to the exponent, so plus 3/3, so that's negative 1/3, divide by that thing, plus c. And if we just simplify, so 3/4 t to the 4/3, and then we're going to have plus and 3 over 2, and then we can put t to the 1/3 on the bottom, plus c. Okay, 11, if we distribute, that's x to the 1/2, x3 minus 1, x to the 3 minus 1 rather. Okay, so that's going to be, we're multiplying, so we add the exponents, so that's going to be 7/2, 3 1/2, 7/2, minus x to the 1/2, and then we can add 1, so that's going to be x to the 9/2 over 9/2, minus x to the 3/2 over 3/2 plus c. And then for b, we're going to have to divide each of these. So we're going to have 3x squared over 3x to the 1/2. And then we're going to have minus x over 3x to the 1/2 plus, and I'm just going to put 2/3 because the square root of x will cancel. Okay, so then combining, we're going to have the 3's cancel, and then subtracting, we're going to have x to the 3/2. and then minus 1/3, and that's going to be 1 minus 1/2, so x to the 1/2 up top, plus 2/3 dx. All right, so now we integrate, so add 1, that's x to the 5/3, sorry, no, it's not. It's going to be 5/2, sorry, and then 2/5 here, and then we're going to add 1, so that's going to be 3/2, and then divide by that, so that's going to be 2/3, so that turns to 2/9, and then plus 2/3 x plus c. Okay, so this one is like the reverse chain rule. So integral, so what, the derivative of what is sine, and that's negative cosine, because remember cosine is negative sine. So negative cosine 3x plus 7, and then you have to divide by the 3, the derivative of that inside, and then plus c. B, we have e to the negative 4x, divide by negative 4, plus c, and then c, we have sine 1 minus x, divide by negative 1, plus c. All right, so we've got a function, we want the second derivative. So first derivative is going to be 10 cosine 5x minus 3, and second derivative is 50 negative sine 5x minus 3. And b, we want the integral of f of x, so I'm going to put the 2 outside, and that's sine 5x minus 3 dx. So we've got negative 2 cosine 5x minus 3 over 5. So the 2 integral of sine is negative cosine 5x minus 3 tags on, and you divide by that derivative of the inside, 5x minus 3, which is 5. 14. So we have 2, add 1 to the exponent and divide by that thing, minus 7x plus c. So x squared minus 7x plus c is that answer. And double I, if you were to write this as 2x minus 7 to the negative 1 dx, and then add 1 to the exponent, you get 0, and then you divide by 0, that's your kind of clue that that's wrong. This is a natural log, okay? So natural log 2x minus 7, divide by 2, plus c. All right, this one, so you want to add 1 to the exponent, divide by that thing, as well as the derivative of the inside. So it should be 2x minus 7 cubed over 6 plus c. And then the second one, this is 2x minus 7 to the negative 2. Now this one's okay to add 1. So you're going to have 2x minus 7 to the negative 1, divide by that thing as well as the derivative of the inside function, plus c. So if we rewrote this, this is 1 over negative 2 times 2x minus 7 plus c. All right, first derivative in I, we're going to have 5 by the power rule. So the derivative of the outside function times the derivative of the inside function. So then we have the integral of 3x plus 4 to the 5th. So we do the power rule, divide by that thing, and then multiply by the derivative of the inside, and plus c. All right, 17, first derivative. We have 3 power rule to the 2 times the derivative of the inside. So 6, 2x plus 5 squared, And then the integral, we are going to have 2x plus 5 to the 4th power over that thing times the derivative of the inside plus c. Okay, this is 1 over 2x plus 3 to the 1. This is a natural log. Divide by the derivative of the inside and then plus c. This one is 2x plus 3 to the negative 2. So this is not natural log. So we're going to have 2x plus 3 to the negative 1. Divide by that thing times the derivative of the inside function. So we're going to have negative 1 over 2 times 2x plus 3. And triple I, this is 2x plus 3 to the negative 3. So we're going to add 1, divide by that thing as well as the inside. So we're going to have negative 1 over 4, 2x plus 3 squared, and then plus c. All right, so for 19, we are going to add 1 to the exponent, divide by that thing, as well as the derivative of the inside. So for b, we're going to have same idea here. Add 1, divide by that thing, times the derivative of the inside. So for c, we have this function of x on the top and the bottom, so we're going to have to distribute this out. So we're going to have, so if this is a and b, so it's a squared, so 4x to the 4th, plus that sign, 2ab plus b squared. And that's all over x dx. And then we can divide everything. So we're going to have 4x cubed plus 4x plus 1 over x dx. So we're going to have 4x to the 4th over 4 plus 4x squared over 2 plus natural log x plus c.